What's going on, guys? Corey here from Yacht Expedition. We got the 3rd gen Tacoma in the shop, and today we are going to be doing a total taillight kit from Meso Customs. Super easy install, so let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so taking a look at your OEM taillight, the way they are set up from factory is the top section is your turn signal, this bottom section is your brake light, and then the bottom is obviously your reverse light. Once we get that Meso Customs kit installed, this whole section is now going to be your brake light, and the bottom is going to be your turn signal and reverse light. Also, it's going to be changing your turn signal to amber, where from factory, it is a red bulb. Also, all of your factory bulbs are incandescent, where this kit from Meso Customs is going to convert everything to LED. So let's go ahead and see everything that's included in this Meso Customs kit. So this kit is going to be a complete plug and play kit. So you're going to have 2 harnesses here, one for either side. It's going to plug into your factory harness and then plug into your new lights here, which you're going to have 4 lights. This is going to be for your top section of your tail light for the brake light. And then these ones here with the little harness on it, this is going to go in the bottom section of your taillight, and this is going to have both amber and white on it to operate your turn signal and your reverse lights. So now we're ready to go ahead and get these installed. It's going to be a super easy install. All you're going to need is a 10mm socket and a ratchet. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to drop the tailgate on the Tacoma, and then on the inside here you're going to see a couple of 10mm bolts that are holding the taillight in. We're going to go ahead and remove those and remove the taillight. So these 3 bolts right here are the ones that we are going to go ahead and remove. So you actually don't need to remove this bolt right here. For some reason I thought all 3 of these were holding the taillight in, but it's really just the bottom one and the top one. So we got those 3 bolts out. You can see the taillight is loose, but it's still being held in by 2 clips. So we're gonna grab the taillight. You can grab it on the bottom here. There's a perfect spot that you can put your fingers. And we're gonna grab it right here. We're just gonna pull it straight back towards the back of the truck. Just like so. Comes out pretty easy. And then we're gonna have 3 plugs here. We're gonna go ahead and disconnect those. All right, taillight is out. Now we have a little side note. If you have a 2020 or newer Tacoma, right behind the taillight is a factory plug for the bed lights. So if your Tacoma did not come with bed lights and you would like to add some, we sell them. Link is in the description, and this is a perfect time to get them installed. All right, so with the taillight out, we're gonna go ahead now and we're gonna remove these bulbs. We're gonna turn them counterclockwise and we're gonna pull them out. These 2 that I just took out, we're going to be removing the bulb and putting our new bulb in, replacing this. The smaller bulb or plug on the bottom, we're going to be replacing the whole thing, the bulb and the plug itself. So we got the new light here from Meso Customs. This one's going to be going in the very bottom of your tail light. This is going to be operating your reverse light and your turn signal. So we're going to get it to drop all the way down and twist it clockwise to lock it in place. The other 2 plugs, we're going to go ahead and grab the OEM bulb, just pull it right out, go ahead and install our new one. Remember which one went where, not that you go to put them back together and it's all mixed up. Same with that one. Go ahead and replace that with the new Meso one. Again, line it up, twist it clockwise to lock it in place. We got the new harness here from Meso Customs. This is going to be plugging into our OEM plugs on the Tacoma and into the back of the taillight. You can't mess this up. Plugs are only going to go in one way. Go ahead and find what works. Each plug is a different shape, so you can't mess that up either. We'll go ahead and get all these plugged in. And before we go ahead and reinstall the taillight completely, we're going to leave it out on the tailgate. We're going to make sure everything's working properly. If something seems to not be working, we might just have to pull the bulb out, flip it around 180 degrees, and that should fix the problem. The plug here for your new light on the bottom, you can see there's a notch on both sides of the plug. Go ahead and line those up, and the prongs, and there's a little thing here to tighten it down and lock it in place. So that's it. Everything's hooked up, ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and test it, make sure everything works properly. All right, so that should be our running lights, which is the whole thing, just like it was before, but now when I step on the brake, it won't just be the bottom portion, it should be the whole thing lighting up. Brake light looked good, so we'll go ahead and test the reverse light and the turn signal, make sure that's operating correctly as well. Everything looks good, so we can go ahead and reinstall the taillight back into the bed of the Tacoma. Now, this is going to be way brighter than your OEM taillights as well. Since you're going from a clear incandescent bulb to a red LED bulb, not only is it going to be brighter, but it's also going to be a more vibrant red. So we can go ahead and put all the wiring back inside here. If you want to zip tie it up, you can, but everything fits in there perfectly fine the way it is. And we'll go ahead and line those pins back up, and we can pop it back in place. One pop on the bottom, one pop on the top, and then we'll get those 3 bolts back in. Just snug these up pretty good. You don't have to go crazy, and we're done. We got the lights out. This side is the Meso Customs, this side is OEM. Kind of hard to tell on camera, but this side is definitely brighter with just the running lights on. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the brake lights. Hopefully you can see the difference, and then the turn signals and reverse lights too. Hopefully you guys can see the difference between the Meso Customs and the OEM bulbs, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this side banged out. All right guys, that was pretty simple without having to worry about recording or explaining what's going on this side. It honestly takes maybe 2 minutes to get this thing removed, the bulbs switched out and the new harness plugged in, and get it back in. So we're good to go, job's done. Now we can enjoy our brand new Meso Customs total taillight kit. All right guys, we got this install wrapped up. Everything's working properly and they work great. Now, if for some reason you go to install this and you see hyper flashing, you turn your turn signal on and they are flashing faster than a normal turn signal, then you're gonna need to get the load resistors that Meso Customs offers. I'm not really quite sure what determines if you're gonna need them or not, but if that is the case, Meso Custom has those available on their website. They're also available on our website. Same with these, so if you wanna grab a set, link is down in the description, or you can head over to yodaexpedition.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.